story is better when you tell it. I keep it real. Yeah. Nothing probably gonna come out of rap. I should probably put this mic down. Baby mama starting to look at me funny.
You know, it's been such a while since we had God Talk. But I just wanted to make sure I had something super duper important to speak about. When I started the God Talk, one of my biggest things was to not speak about industry related subjects or topics. And I found the podcast going towards that direction. So I did believe that it was best for us to take a break. In addition to that, it's hard as fuck to get niggas on the same page, on the same schedule, to get niggas to answer their phone. And that type of shit is not godly. So since this is God Talk, I feel like there's a lot of changes that needs to be made to the format of the podcast. So again, welcome back to God Talk, the podcast where all things matter. Everything is important, even you. So with that said, again, my name is Sean Auguste, Sean of God. As you can tell, if you can't like really hear it through my voice, I'm so fucked up right now. I'm so fucked up right now. Only because I've had a very intellectual, cerebral, passionate, emotional conversation with some people at my school, John and Gigi. John is he's my Asian friend, and Gigi's a Caucasian lady that I've grown very, very close with over time. So we just had a great conversation, and I want to see how to preface this to maximize the value out of it. But to bring you guys into that conversation, we were just talking about literature, talking about great things. I've been fasting lately too. I've been on my intermittent fasting. So if you know, when you fast, your mind and your body is on like fire. So I don't even remember exactly how we got on the conversation, but I believe John asked Gigi, did she have kids or did she want kids or something? And if you know me, I am a father of 2 boys who are amazing, who are smart, who are better than myself completely. But if you also know me, I am against having kids for multiple reasons. I am against it. And when my second child was on the way, I told his mom, I said, yo, it's not a good idea right now. I have way too many loose ends. We don't need to usher more shit into the world. And plus, we're not. Anyway, that doesn't matter. Look, so when Gigi answered, she said, no, I don't want kids. I potentially may not even ever have them. She said it effortless, no emotion, no regard, no give a fuck almost. It was scripture. Hey, you know what? I might not even have kids. Her reasoning was, one, because I feel like a child myself. I'm still working on me. There's still so much more I have to figure out. Then her second reason was, I just don't want to add to the masses. Wow. It's just me and this motherfucker. So we about to get real. I ain't got to give a fuck about nobody's feelings, especially on firsthand, because if y'all hear it later, y'all feel something, leave it in the comments. But she said that, and that stuck home with me. And I told her, that's so amazing to hear you say that. One, because self-preservation, knowing somebody putting self-preservation as a priority, that always makes me smile, okay? 2, for her to be thoughtful enough to understand that there's something wrong that's going on right now with the masses of people. The masses of people are being affected by things that their parents don't necessarily have control over. So, mind you, this is John and Gigi, okay? those are some of the values that I often encourage people to focus on when they are considering having kids or when they're considering doing anything that doesn't have their best interest at heart. This whole, we came in by ourselves, we gonna leave by ourselves. So there's certain things that we need to do to preserve and survive and live, okay? And that requires 100% of your focus and 100% of your energy to be inward, to be directed towards you. So the source gives you energy. You need to retain that energy and put it back into yourself. If that was the focus of all the people that I know, we would have a lot less parents and a lot more business owners, a lot more spiritual advisors, a lot more educated, enlightened, informed individuals. We'll have a lot more people taking their life a lot more serious. You know what I'm saying? And it's things like that that I preach. I tell, stop having these fucking kids. Stop doing this. Stop doing this. Stop doing. It's really about kids because that's where the shit started. I've watched this so-called blessing of birth rip through the best of friends. I've seen it rip through the best of times. I've seen it rip through financial. And I'm not saying don't have kids, okay? That's not what I'm saying. And I want to get that clear. What I am saying, okay, is take the time to understand yourself first, which could take an eternity. Okay, so while you rushing it into this 10-year, 15-year window, knowing yourself can take an eternity and then longer. Okay, now you can't have a baby by yourself. So what do? You got to get it with somebody else. You got to get the D, you got to get the P from somebody else. So you took an eternity to learn yourself. Now you have to take another eternity to learn the person that you're going to have kids with. And you still may not even be able to understand them 100%. Then after 2 eternities, you've done all this research, you've done all this understanding of yourself and your lover. Now you begin to even think about having a kid. A kid is a life form. It's a human being. It's a spirit. It's an energy. And people are having them like fucking snacks. Like, having sex and getting a girl pregnant is not hard to do, bro. You don't need no money for that. It don't take a lot of time to do it. It don't take much of anything. You could be drunk. You can do it on accident. You could do it. It's all kind of ways to do it. And it's all kind of remedies after you make the mistake, if you consider it a mistake. But I'm pretty sure you're way too emotional at this point to even consider it being a mistake. So me being so numb to so much nowadays and it not getting to me, I like to reference Jesus. You give a nigga Jesus, boy, he gonna be good. He ain't gotta do no work. He ain't gotta put no effort in. All he gotta do is go to church on Sunday and put that offering in the plate. And Jesus is gonna say, get out of here. Look, when it comes to Jesus, if your knowledge of Jesus and religion or Christ or the Bible is limited to if it's limited to the Bible, you're fucked. Okay? There are hidden gospels, there are hidden chapters. I believe some of the world's most renowned poets took their time in making sure that the Bible was perfectly written. Okay? But there is a missing gospel that may be my favorite book of all times. It's called St. Thomas. Ironically, my mother, my grandmother, my aunties, my cousin, they all had a funeral at my Nana's church called St. Thomas. So my entire life is like all the points, all the magic, all the beauty is coming to a head. Like, I'm not going to be here much longer because the stuff that I'm experiencing is so divine that I got one step past the gate already. But Jesus said We understand that you're born. Excuse me for, breaking it down, not being verbatim yet, but I will be. But he said, if you're born, pretty much nothing you can do now, you know what I mean? But make sure you handling your business, okay? Secondly, he said, blessed are the wombs that have not given birth. Blessed are the breasts that have not given milk, okay? So we're going to honor our mother and father because ignorance is an excuse, okay? You are excused because you're ignorant. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. So if somebody doesn't love you right, if somebody doesn't know something, if somebody doesn't do all this, you have to forgive them because ignorance is to be forgiven, okay? Ignorance is bliss until it kills you. And then once it kills you, it's dead. But anyway, Jesus said that. He also said that will be cursed. Men will be cursed, one, for willingly giving up their destiny, their greater purpose. Men will be cursed. The women will be cursed because they stopped the man's purpose. They stopped that man's journey, his destiny. They stopped it. They changed the course of it. And then the child is just going to be cursed for just being involved in it, period. Okay? So now, if you think I'm lying, take a second to look at the parents that you know, outside the ones that came before us who stuck with each other till death, even though they had knives at each other's throat. So just think about that. All right. I also want to challenge you guys to be receptive, be open to different information, different scenarios. Be willing to understand shit that you have never wanted to understand before. That means that person that's talking crazy, listen to them. That crackhead that's outside that you clowning on, that homeless person that you said is homeless, listen to them. Okay? Look at shit that you're not willing to understand. People give me hell for saying, hey, stop having all these fucking kids. Start paying more attention to your survival, your life, your well-being. Stop doing that. If you have kids now, it's too fucking late. But if you don't, then don't do it. Don't have any more. We understand how hard it is to be responsible for ourselves. Then we're willingly being obligated to humans who can't feed themselves, eat themselves, teach themselves. They can't do anything for themselves without us. If we love them, of course you can pass them or whatever, leave them. Brenda got a baby type shit. But if you are obligated, take care of your obligations, take care of your responsibilities. But if you can prevent the obligation and responsibilities in order to preserve yourself, in order to better yourself, in order to get to know yourself, and getting to know yourself is a process that you have to listen to strangers, a process that you have to read books. You may have to go back to school. You may have to have conversations with people that you think hurt your feelings because they were telling you something that you didn't want to hear. It's so many things that you need to do to get on your God level. Like I said on IG, I see in my son does so many things like me, knowingly and unknowingly. Okay? He has the aura of me. He has so many of my traits. I'm his physical father. Now, I acknowledge Father God, for lack of a better name, if that's his real name. I'm not 100% sure with this English language. But if God is my father, if I claim him to be, if I believe he's that, I need to start acting like him, displaying more of his traits, displaying more of his understanding. And that's what the whole point of GodTalk is. That's what the whole point of God Complex is. Yeah, I hung myself to get over all the bullshit that was holding me back. I had to dead so much of the shit that I was comfortable with. And I still didn't do a good job because God had to rip some of the stuff away from me. And I had to pray for some of this stuff to get ripped away from me. So some of the friends you don't see me around, some of the women you don't see me around, some of the jobs you don't see me around, some of the cars you don't see me driving, some of the studios you don't see me in, some of the engineers or producers you don't see me working with. I prayed for God to remove anything that wasn't sent from him away from me. Yeah, it sucks. But it's peace in the exile when somebody doesn't want you. And here's the thing. Now that all that's gone, it's really up to me. So I'm asking, hey, God, make me responsible for myself. Make me responsible. Give me clarity. Give me your mercy. Give me your understanding. Give me the want to do better. Give me the discipline. Give me the attitude. Give me the strength. Give me enlightenment. Give me direction. Guide me. Father, guide me. Talk to me. Talk to me when I don't have anybody to talk to. Whisper in my ear, hey, don't check out of this conversation just yet because the blessed words are coming right after this. Give me the information. Give me the right books to read. And inside of that book, give me the next book to read. Put your message in a movie. Put your message in a sermon. Put your message in a stranger. Put your message in my uncle. Put your message in my auntie. Put your message on Facebook. Put your message on a meme, which I don't think God really deals in that. But hey, if I need it there, that's where it will be provided. But this is God Talk. Shout out to Bain Ali, my better half. Shout out to everybody that has been a guest. Shout out to every listener. This is probably, I'm going to listen back. Hopefully I didn't sound stupid. Hopefully this is strictly guided from my father. I'm straight off of a hot conversation. I'm fresh off. Tears damn near dropped all on my shirt because of the accuracy of the confirmation of the things that I go through. The confirmation. It's not, if you want to know my journey, if you want to know my life, you want to know things that inspire me, you want to know what I'm thinking about, you want to know what I'm going through, Mac Dre 2 is out right now. Okay? If you don't care, which I don't think you do, don't. Okay? But if you do, open it and listen. Go to Rap Genius, look at the lyrics, and know that I'm not fucking crazy. I took time to make sure. You know what else? Something that fucks me up? Because I give a fuck. I'm a nice dude. I'm a nice guy. I've always been caring. I've always given the shirt, the sneakers, the socks, the tooth out of my mouth, the hair on my head. I've always given everything I've had to the next man for his betterment. Okay? What I don't want to do is, sorry, I'm getting a little emotional. I don't want to lose my faith. Not in God, of course, but in my fellow man. The mental damage that has been done, it just might be too far gone. The ignorance that we have as Black people, the ignorance, I'm gonna give it to Black people because Black people, we make the world go round. We always have. Okay. And I hate race because we all the same shit. But we've made ignorance look so cool. We've made the lack of knowledge look so fucking cool that everybody wants to be a part of it. Everybody wants in. Everybody wants to be dumb because we make everything look so immaculate. We make it look so cool. So imagine if we can, like Kanye West. Kanye West has made the world look cooler. He's made our pants tighter. He's made our shirts cooler. He's made our sneakers cooler to the point where everybody is copying, pasting his format. He's made fashion shows more cooler. He's tried to make music videos more cooler, but he clearly sucks on that. He's made beats more cooler. He's made music more cooler. If he can make the state of our mind cooler, If he can do that, he's the best entertainer. But I think about the hate that people give Kanye, that the masses give Kanye. I see that the masses hated Jesus. The masses hated Martin Luther King. The masses hate me. And it's like, if you want better for somebody and you're willing to put the fire under their ass to make them better, or you're willing to say something a little bit more fiery, or you're willing to put your life on the line so that everybody else can live better, all those people are dead. Murdered by the fucking masses. They in jail. They'll never do another speech because they have this fatalistic attitude where they know it's never going to get better. While I'm living, while I'm still breathing, I'm here. We focused on your likes. We focused on your money. We focused on your bitch. We focused on your car. We focused on your kids. We focused on everything else but ourselves. And looking at yourself and chilling with yourself and being by yourself is so fucking frowned on. That's why I say solo Sean all the time. No, I wasn't always like this. Yes, I always look for help from other people. Yes, I always look for people to validate me. Yes, I always wanted to be in the cool club. Yes, I always wanted to do this until I killed myself. God is in me. God is in you. Just like your voice is in you. If you don't use your voice, you waste it. Use the God within you, man. Please. This is God Talk episode 16, I believe. I love y'all. Shout out to King Mo, man.